Hi, my name is Li Ping Chen. I would like to talk about my philosophy of education. First, I will introduce about myself. I am a mother of two teenage girls, a gardener who like to grow vegetables and fruits. I grew up and educated in Taiwan, moved to the United States in 2011, excel in math, major in statistics for both bachelor and master's degree. My goal is to find a career which I can gain personal accomplishments and contribute my expertise to society. The following video is about what is education for, a new version of education.
Everyone agrees that education is hugely important. The thing is, we're not particularly sure what we want from it. The aim of education should be to prepare us for the challenges of adult life. Yet from this perspective, it's clear that schools fail all but a tiny portion of their students. Whether in highly academic private schools or in deprived government-run ones, trouble dealing with life's challenges remains very widespread indeed. Human ingenuity, energy, goodwill and talent is being lost on an industrial scale. To get more ambitious about education doesn't necessarily mean spending more money, building more schools, employing more teachers, or making exams more difficult. Rather, it should mean focusing more on the real purpose of education. There are two fundamental tasks it should help us with: working and sustaining good relationships. In order to address these needs, a future national curriculum might specify that the following subjects be studied. Firstly, capitalism. A conspiracy of silence exists around the economic system we live within. We find it hard to change its bad sides or defend its strengths because we simply don't fully understand how it works. A subject like maths should be geared to teaching its number one utility for 99% of the population: dealing with money. Such classes would demystify the global economy by teaching students the importance of the means of production and how profits are made. The role of cash flow, HR, leadership, marketing and competition would also be studied. In a perfect school system, you'd also then study a really big second subject: yourself. Young students would be introduced to the idea that we humans are extremely prone to misunderstanding ourselves. They would be taken through the concepts of delusion, defensiveness, projection, and denial in everyday life. Individual tutors would be on hand to help students draw personality maps with particular attention paid to their neuroses and fears. Doing this would ensure that students learn a lot about how complex they truly are and what types of people they would be best suited to hang out with. A crucial unit would be devoted to career self-knowledge. What job are you best suited to? Students would spend 3 hours a week exploring what they might do with their futures. Then one would study relationships. Being intensely aware of the social and individual cost of every unhappy relationship, an ideal education system would emphasize the acquisition of skills that help people to live better together. There would be units on kindness and forgiveness, as well as on anxiety reduction techniques. In this educational utopia, it wouldn't only be children who would go to school, but adults as well. Schooling would be for life. Education wouldn't just be taking...
What is the purpose of education? From the metaphysical view, I will explain reality to the young. From the philosophy of progressivism, is to make society better. I also like Robert Maynard Hutchins' idea. The object of education is to prepare the young to educate themselves throughout their lives. The role of the teacher, from the philosophy of epistemology, is to help students find the most effective way of gaining new knowledge through students' diverse learning style. From the philosophy of axiology is to help students establish moral values, both as individuals and as contributing members of society. From the philosophy of logic, teachers apply logical thinking in understanding the behavior of students, developing assessment to measure students' understanding of the content, and model this clear logical thinking for students. What is the role of the student? Students should learn critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Students should learn to know themselves and get along with others. What am I going to teach? My subject area is foundational level math, which includes general math, algebra, geometry, probability, and statistics. My goal for my student in the subject area is to motivate students to learn math. Let students believe that they can all do it. Teaching math in a way that students can apply to solve problems in the real world. Acquire critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Meet the expectation of California Common Core standards. Who are my students? I like to teach adolescents. Teaching adolescents involves more than teaching subject content. It is an important stage to motivate students because it might influence their future lives. And it is an important stage they build up the foundation of math. Those are challenging, and I like it. How do adolescents learn? The adolescent's brain is still developing. Adolescents tend to lack impulse control and demonstrate some irrational behaviors. Therefore, teaching adolescents require different brain-compatible strategies for learning. Two factors strongly influence adolescents' brain to pay attention, which is the information has a meaning and the information has an emotional response. Curriculum in math. Traditional math curriculum including arithmetic, algebra, geometry, calculus. The newer version of math curricula broadens students' application of math. For example, consumer economics, personal finance. Using technology and emphasizing problem solving, the newer topics of probability, statistics, computer science are emphasized. How will I teach? I believe in constructivist approach. I will focus on conceptual math understanding before I start introduce procedural rules. In order to internalize the new information, I would like to integrate the information into learners' pre-existing knowledge. In the real classroom, I will use guided note-taking because it increases engagement by taking notes and students take in information by both vision and listening. Assessment includes formative and summative. At the beginning of the lesson, I will use anticipation guide to monitor to understanding students' prior knowledge. During the lesson, I will walk around the classroom while students doing the practice to understand their understanding of the lesson in order to monitor their progress. At the end of the lesson, I will use exit card to assess their understanding. At the end, I believe education is a preparation of being a good citizen.